Hey everybody, it's Tony Robbins. Listen, I want to give a shout out to all my friends in the UK and all through Europe. How are you doing? That's a loaded question these days. I ask it to start every conversation. And with COVID and with the economic challenges of the application of COVID and people's lives have been so disrupted. But I really want to reach out to you because now's the time for you to be able to take control of what you can control, which is your internal world, not the external world. We can influence that, but we can't control it. But if you take charge of this, you can still have the quality of life that you really desire and deserve. And in case you've not seen it already or not up to speed, I thought I'd give you an up to speed of where we are. You know, when they shut the world down and they made impossible to do what I do for a living, literally made it illegal. You know, we had phone calls from starting in California. We had a big event for 12,500 people and they called and just said, you can't do anything more than 100 people. We couldn't believe it. And then, of course, it cascaded around the world all the way through the UK, through Sydney, Australia, through my events in Asia, my events in Russia. I mean, literally everywhere you can imagine, throughout South America, North America. And so I knew we needed to be able to help people. And in case you didn't hear what we've done, I first said, well, we'll go to movie theaters because we'll limit it to 10 people and we'll do 1,000 movie theaters. We'll get 10,000 people together. And they shut movie theaters down. Then I said, well, we'll do this in churches. They can't shut down churches, and they shut down churches. So the one thing I said I would never do is to do it in people's homes, because I'm used to doing it with, 10, 15,000 people in a stadium and the music rocking and everybody there, and how are you going to do that in people's homes when they got the kids going by and they got one little screen and not the same sound system? But, necessity is the mother of invention. And what I did was I decided to create something. It wasn't going to be some grandpa's webinar. I wanted to create something on the scale and the impact of what we do when we do a live event. So I invested $14.5 million. I built a studio with 20-foot high ceilings, LED screens, 50 feet around me, 180 degrees the front, 50 feet around me behind, 20 feet tall, where I can see 3,000 people at a time and then swipe and see them again, and I can see your name, and I can push a button and bring you up. I went to Zoom, and Zoom, of course, the limit was 1,000 people, and Eric Yuan, the founder of Zoom, was a fan of my work, so he expanded it so we could get to 20,000 people. And then I hired 6 different firms to create some interactive technology, stuff you could use on your phone so you could immediately interact in real time. And we put it together, and the impact has been unbelievable. We've actually trained 1.3 million people in the last 6 months alone, all in this 360-degree interactive environment. And we've had 100,000 people go to Unleash the Power Within now, all over the world, from every sector, including yours. And here's what I can tell you. It's completely different than the live event. It's live, it's virtual, it's there. But what's really amazing is how personal it is. I'm in a stadium, I'm walking around, running around. If you've ever been to a live event, I run up into the high bleachers of the stadium, second, third level to keep people involved. You never know when I'm going to strike. But I'm looking in different directions. Here, I'm looking directly in your eyes, in your living room, and with your family. And it's been incredible to see families, to watch somebody who, would normally fly to another country or fly to another city to attend my Unleash the Power Within and, have to spend the money on the planes and, hotels and the cars and the travel and be away from their family and have the greatest experience of their life and then come home and try to explain it, which is pretty hard if you've ever been to somebody who's been there. They just go, just changed my life. You got to do it, right? But now I was watching it happen in real time with families in the room, with children coming in and participating in some of it, and watching people, we do wood breaking instead of firewalking. We teach you how to break through wood like you would karate style after 3 or 4 years of training the first night. And we use this as a metaphor for breaking through your limitations. And got kids were doing it and families, and the impact has been extraordinary. And so if you're a little skeptical as to whether that would work for you or not, I'm reaching out to you because I want you to take advantage of this. They're shutting down, I'm sure here in Europe, and they're shutting down in Australia and portions of Asia again. And so I don't want you to miss out. And so I can over-deliver for you more than before, and I have a free ticket for you to be able to attend that virtual event, not give anything up, but for you to experience that, you got to be able to, it's like a stretch of your mind to think it could really happen. So, and I had friends call me, and some of you know people like Mark Benioff, who started Salesforce.com. He went to dozens of my events over the years. He's coming to this next event virtually again. He just reached out to tell me. It's a guy that runs a $20 billion organization. It helped him get his start to start the company, Unleash the Power Within. He went to 3 in a row and then decided afterwards, he came up to me, introduced himself and said, I'm leaving Oracle. I'm starting this new business called Salesforce.com. We're going to do $100 million in business, he said to me. Now they're doing $20 billion. But Mark said to me, he knows me really well, he's like, Tony, it's my favorite event. He said, I'm sitting in Hawaii in my home, watching in a different time zone, experiencing you in my living room with my kids. He said, it's so different than being at it. I like it better. So a lot of people like it even more. So it's not a drop down. And now's the time to take advantage of the skills that can turn you around. So if you're skeptical, I understand it. So here's just a couple people that attended. Just take a second, look at them, and I'll come back and tell you what opportunity you have right away if you want to take advantage of this.
My name's Naomi, and I've just recently been to UPW Virtual. I did not realise how much it would affect my life. Like, I was supposed to go to the live event and I didn't know how I was going to afford it, and I was saving up the money for it. And then this virtual opportunity came up, which pretty much cost me less money. I didn't have to fly, I didn't have to get accommodation, and I still had the opportunity for the experience. And at the end of the first day, I was kind of like, I got my money's worth. If there was no more, I felt like at the end of the day, what I paid, I got back in investment return. I'll be forever grateful.
My name's Renee, and I've just recently completed the UPW virtual event. My first UPW event was in 2018. I used to be in the Australian Defence Force, and towards the end of my career, I kind of hit a bit of rock bottom. I had no idea what my direction was going to be afterwards. I had no idea even where to go, because that was my identity. I came across Tony Robbins online, and I really resonated with what he was saying about unleashing the power within and finding what your purpose is. And I just decided that I had nothing to lose and everything to gain, and I booked myself in a ticket, just realizing that there's so much more to the life that we're living, creating lifelong friendships with people that want more from life. They want to do more, they want to give more, they want to achieve more, they want to be more. I kind of realized who I am and the potential that I have. I never would have thought that my life would have looked like this 3 years ago if I didn't start this journey. When I heard about UPW virtual, I was kind of like, oh, like I don't know, because how can you be, touching Tony and being right there and getting to speak to him? I decided I'm going to give it a go, and I was like, what if this could actually be more powerful? And so I booked my ticket, and if I'm totally honest, like, hand on my heart, having it done over virtual was just monumental, and it was like bringing Tony to my house.
Look at this! I'm like running off adrenaline right now. I think I've been going for over 13 hours, started at 12:30 a.m. and I'm still going, and I'm on such a high, and I'm probably not going to sleep today. Like, let's be real.
It's kind of like a little bit of an anchor where, it changes how you see that environment. And that was really powerful, was realizing that I can live up to my potential in my own home, around my family. I can be my best version right here. And that was a game changer for me.
Hi, my name is Wasim, and I've just completed the first ever virtual UPW. The first UPW that I ever attended was back in 2003. I remember thinking to myself, I wish I had this education as a teenager. So now, my promise to all my children, the year they turn 14 is the year they go to the first UPW. And that's my gift to them as a father. When the virtual UPW opportunity came up, I decided to take my 9-year-old son to that ahead of schedule, because even if he was to get 50% of the information to sink in, it was still going to make a massive, massive difference in his life. I actually saw him write on his board that people don't like me. And I took the opportunity to ask him, like, Dad, why did you put that people don't like you on your board? And he's like, I don't know, Dad, just the way that I get treated at school. I said to him, not every single person you're going to meet, we're going to get along with. And that's okay. By this time, he started tearing up, and I started getting emotional. And then I said to him, I'm like, but you know what else, son? He's like, what? I go, there's one person whose love matters more than anything else. Do you know who that is? And he said, me. I said, that's right, Dad. Your love for you is the most important love that you'll ever have. Because how you love yourself is how people will love themselves. And by this time, he was crying. I was crying. I'm getting emotional right now remembering the story. It was the next day. He grabbed my arm and he dragged me down the hallway to his bedroom, and just above his bed he had these 4 sheets of paper, and to me that change in my son is more valuable than any money I could spend on my children. If you're sitting on the fence and you're not sure whether to go or not, I promise you, this is a once in a lifetime opportunity. The amount of knowledge, the amount of growth, and being able to take your family to it and be able to have this immersive experience as a family in the comfort of your own home and at the price that is available right now, I would highly recommend it. For me, it's a no-brainer, and I will be doing it over and over and over again.
So you just got a little sampling there, but if you really don't believe it, which again, I don't blame you if you're skeptical, except you have nothing to lose. I'm going to invite you to come to this event as my guest. I know you were able to go to the event in the past that was supposed to be happening live here, whether it be in London or some of you, for example, in Australia or Asia. So I just want you to know, I'm going to give you the dates now when we're coming back, and I want you to be able to experience this from your home, whether there's COVID or not. I want you to be able to take advantage of this kind of transformation. And again, if you're skeptical, look up the dates. You can see them online at my last events, and you'll be able to see what people said. People were skeptical initially, and there was many people that have been to many of my events and just said that for them, it was even greater. It was more comfortable, able to do it at their tempo, they were involved their family, and also just some people being around other people, they kind of like have their own experience as well. But what I can tell you, the energy, the vitality, the passion, the breakthroughs, the insights, the tools, the ability to interact one-on-one like this is greater than it was when we did it the old way. So I really want to serve you. So here are the dates coming up for you. For all of you there from Europe or from the UK, our next date is coming up June 3rd through the 6th. June 3rd through the 6th, it'll be on your time zone. All you got to do now is click on the link above or below, wherever they put it there, and we'll get you registered for that. And again, there's no money changing hands. This is your experience. Take advantage of what you originally hoped to do before COVID hit, and for me to deliver for you 110%. So I really look forward to serving you. I really look forward to being able to have you have this experience. It's the perfect time to be able to take yourself to the next level. And so click below and we'll begin the journey as very quickly. In other words, once you click, once you commit, once you're moving to this thing, and it's not going to take you any money to do it, you're going to know some new answers are coming. And we all need those right now. So till then, live strong, live with passion, and blessings.